I think that to beat Nick Walker at the New York Pro is going to be almost impossible. Almost impossible.
Hi guys, welcome back with the New York Pro 2024 lineup update. There are many big names in the New York Pro lineup this year and it's going to be a very exciting show, so let's dive into it. Nick Walker is going to step on stage after more than a year and many fans are skeptical after his hamstring injury that maybe he's not going to be as impressive as he was before. While I don't think his injury will hinder his performance or his overall look on stage, but I'm curious to see what improvements he's going to bring this time. Presumably his midsection will be improved and maybe his quads as well, but realistically his upper half still overpowers his legs. I think he's going to bring his best look on New York Pro stage. He's very hungry, very focused, and he's not going to leave any stone unturned. I think New York Pro is going to be one of his best shows. And we are going to see some significant improvements in Nick Walker. And we all know everyone else in the lineup is fighting for second place.
I'm not going to go into New York thinking, all right, well, so me and Stu are going to battle for second. So let's do that. I mean, then I already lost. There's no point in doing it.
Tonio Burton is aiming to fight against Nick Walker with the mindset to knock him out. In Dennis James' recent podcast, Milos Sarcev and Chris Cormier think he has a real chance winning New York Pro against Nick Walker. While Dennis James believes it's almost impossible for Tonio to beat Nick Walker, which I think many fans will agree with Dennis James.
Can he beat him? Yeah, it's possible. Yeah, I give my honest opinion. I think that to beat Nick Walker at the New York Pro is going to be almost impossible.
Tonio has very round, very proportional and very aesthetically pleasing physique, whereas Nick is mass monster with superior conditioning. He's very wide and has a lot of size, and he will surely outsize and also out-condition Tonio on stage. There is at least 30 pounds of muscle mass difference between Tonio and Nick. But it's going to be extremely exciting to see Tonio, Nick Walker and Detroit Pro winner Martin Fitzwater fighting head-to-head on stage, as they all have similar heights. Especially Martin has put on some quality mass on his frame this year, and if he brings sharper look than his last show Detroit Pro, I think he has solid chance to be in the top 3. Justin Rodriguez probably is also competing in New York Pro, and his coach is very confident to bring significant improvements in less than 4 weeks of time. They are focusing to bring tighter midsection with better control and more details in glutes and hamstrings areas. Ron Gordon most likely will bring again an impressive physique conditioning wise. He has incredible frame, huge arms, tremendous chest and shoulders, but apparently his legs are going to hold him back in this very tough lineup. Joseph Kveton, all the way from Czech Republic, is 3.5 weeks out in his most recent physique update. He has one of the craziest, most insane shoulders in the bodybuilding right now. From my standpoint, he is another very strong contestant in the lineup. Last year in New York Pro, he was at 3rd place. He has similar height like Quinton Aria and Ron Gordon, so it will be interesting to see how he performs this year, as most probably he will be one of the most conditioned athletes on stage. And relatively he is very young, just 29 years old. One of the most genetically gifted bodybuilders, Quinton Aria, has also given a preview of his progress. He has quality mass with symmetry, aesthetics and beautiful shape, and in his recent update he looks improved, especially size-wise. Personally, I don't see him as a real threat for Nick Walker for this year at least, but I think he has solid chance to be in the top 3 in New York Pro. In his last show 2022 Texas Pro, Martin Fitzwater did beat him, but now after a long off season he is promising to bring some major improvements on stage in less than 4 weeks. Another European athlete from Poland, Christian Wolski, looks significantly improved. Especially his back has more details and more density at this stage of his prep if we compare with last year. And it looks like he has put on more muscle mass on his frame as well. I think I always mention that he has one of the best legs, very impressive lower half. And I believe if he peaks well this time, he will be mixed in the first call out. He has great shape and lines and amazing structure for bodybuilding. Stuart Sutherland is also competing in New York Pro 2024. He is quite young and he's making drastic improvements. Last New York Pro, he was runner-up behind Tony Burton, and in his recent physique update, he is in amazing conditioning. He's not really weak in any shot. Personally, I really like his abs and thigh shot as he has relatively smaller waist, but I think his legs need improvements. Overall, he looks really impressive. He has good density and size. Spanish bodybuilder Angel Calderon is competing in men's open division this time. He's not really tall, but I honestly think he will be very dangerous in this lineup. He's very complete, very dense and thick, and he's known for his crisp and sharp conditioning, and he will be one of the most shredded contestants on stage. And I think conditioning wise, he's going to be a real challenge for Nick Walker. He shared his 5 weeks out update where his conditioning is on point. German sensation Tim Budesheim has mesmerized his fans with his latest physique update. It seems like he's going to bring his biggest and heaviest package so far on stage. He's around 270 plus pounds 4 weeks prior to his first show of the year. And in the update, he looks extremely impressive, very muscular and also very vascular with sharp conditioning. I think we are going to see a new and vastly improved version of him. I just hope this time his presentation, his posing will be drastically improved. In 212 division of New York Pro, Christian Zagarella has very beautiful physique with a lot of potential. And his recent physique updates are mesmerizing fans with his astonishing V-taper with very narrow waist, his striated chest and very shapely physique. I'm a big fan of his aesthetically very appealing physique. I just hope he brings his best on stage in almost 3 weeks. Jason Joseph, who is upcoming 212 bodybuilder, he is going to start his season with New York Pro. Last year he was top 6 and this year he's aiming to bring more quality mass, better presentation, and he has improved his weak spots such as his back has more details and conditioning compared to last year. And he believes he's going to move up this year and will be fighting with the front runners for no lower than 3rd spot. On the other hand, I think Gareth Bajo is very hard to beat. He's very mature and dense, and he's very strong in conditioning department as well. And in his recent updates, he looks much more shapely with muscle maturity and tremendous conditioning. Another heavy hitter in the 212 lineup of New York Pro, Canadian bodybuilder Cody Drawbot has shared his 4 weeks of update. He has impressive size for 212 division, but he does not look as conditioned as he should be at this stage of his prep. But hopefully we see a better Cody conditioning wise in his future updates for the show. Australian bodybuilder Aaron Polites is making a comeback after 5 years of absence from stage. It will be interesting to see him fighting with the rising star of 212 division on stage this time. He had guest posing recently where he looked phenomenal. He's very complete, very full and round, and his conditioning is also on point. And lastly, Jordan Gomez has given a sneak peek of his physique 4 weeks prior to the show. He is making a pro debut in New York Pro. So that's all guys, thanks for watching and stay tuned for the future updates.
The dangerous groups that we're dealing with now.